Taylor's University Student Council (TUSC) held a People's Assembly making model on Wednesday, the 15th of June. Called Vox Populi, it served as a platform for students to raise their concerns.
The Student Council divided participants into three groups during the ice-breaking and discussion sessions to better gauge the students' concerns.
Participants took the opportunity to raise their concerns. They discussed issues such as allocations for 24 hours classes to be available, parking, and Taylor's mobile app. Curious what the club president has to say about Vox Populi.
Well, simply putting into words, it would be get more students from outside the council to be able to experience what we do in our daily operations in council as well. Not to say a total simulation of it, but just maybe participate in making Taylor's a better place overall.
President Mikal also encourages the students to participate more in this type of events so that they can voice out their concerns and make a campus a better place. I'm Aisha Aziz reporting from Subang Jaya.
With the loosening of pandemic restrictions, life is going back to normal for many musicians as it is once again possible for them to perform in front of a live audience. Taylor's very own music club discussed what it's like to be back on campus and putting on live shows.
Well, there were definitely some challenges, especially in terms of the crowds. The numbers isn't the same as before, and at some places, like the crowds isn't as interactive because everyone is still a bit like scared of the virus and stuff. So yeah, there are definitely some challenges involved, but I believe it's part of the fun to overcome those challenges and still deliver a great performance.
Recently, the club hosted an open mic event with Taylor's A Cappella Live Club and Taylor's Symphony Orchestra, and the club president addressed the additional responsibilities that they had to assume due to the pandemic.
It was just a lot of details. We had to switch out mic covers. We had to put mic covers for all of our performers, and overall maintain sanitization everywhere, which is a bit hard when you have equipments that cannot be wet, and it's a very tedious task.
Technology will play an important role in the future of urban farming, says the founder of eFarm, Sean Lee, in a webinar hosted by Taylor's Nature Club and the School of Biosciences.
And in urban farming, I believe that this is so-called the next phase of farming by combining technology and IoT so that we can do farming directly in the city to shorten the supply chain and get better pressure vegetables with food variety and food security in Malaysia.
In the same webinar, Associate Professor Dr. Yap Wei Sam from the School of Biosciences unveiled 3 new elective modules that centers on urban farming.
We are looking into different aspects of the modules so that we would be able to equip our students with the basic knowledge and skills, I would say. Not so much on the business side yet, but these are more onto the agricultural sciences aspects.
Taylor's Badminton Club held a closed tournament at the Grand Hall from 13 to 16 of June. Around 100 participants signed up for this 3-day tournament that was brought back after 2 years of the pandemic.
Yes, this is our first physical event. We did have friendly tournaments with Monash before, but our official event that we planned, yes, this is our first.
Ing Wong Win saw a great victory as she won both the women's singles and the women's doubles match, along with her partner Fong Yi Ji. Meanwhile, Lo John Ren and Chang Shijin won the mixed doubles match, much to the anticipation of the audience. Most of all, in a thrilling men's singles match, Muhammad Ashraf defeated his former partner turned opponent Chi Wen Chin in straight sets, with whom he had won the men's doubles match earlier in the day.
Because we play a lot of time already, so I know his weakness and his strongness also. He also know mine.
The event concluded with the club president Hamza Azam awarding trophies to the tournament's champions. In conjunction of Pride Month, a queer Malaysian has called for better treatment towards the local LGBTQ community. He says that the community still faces bullying and harassment.
There should be protection for LGBTQ people in Malaysia, but harassment and bullying is such a big issue right now in our country. So, in a larger spectrum, I think that protection in general is needed in our country because, regardless of sexual orientation, that is a big crisis right now that we're facing.
Recent reports suggest that more readers are preferring to shop online post-pandemic. Well, that isn't the case for this independent bookstore in Petaling Jaya.
The co-owner of Lit Books, Elaine Lau, says that the store is still here today thanks to an existing customer base, support for local businesses, and online book sales during the pandemic.
Okay, so in the 4 years, we definitely have built a strong customer base as one. But there was also, I felt that we also benefited from the fact that there was a movement, if you will, to support local businesses, like over social media. So many different organizations and people just randomly shared about us.
But their online book sales have dropped since reopening physically. If readers now prefer to buy books online, there might be another reason behind it instead.
It's because they can't find the book they want in the store that they're going to. They can't find it in the chain stores, for example. They can't find it at the big box stores. So the question then becomes, is it the case that the customers don't want to purchase in person, or is it simply the fact that they're being underserved by their bookstores?
In fact, there are still readers like Muhsin Rashid who still shop for books in physical stores.
There's just a certain feeling when it comes to being in a bookstore, finding a random book, and then buying it on the web.
Daily congestion during peak hours this year has gone up approximately 20% compared to the same period before the pandemic in 2019. Malaysians are now spending at least an hour in traffic, and they aren't too happy about that.
It takes about 1.5 hours for me to reach campus from Semayang during peak hour, and I personally think that it is illogical to spend that amount of time in car, as it is really tired to travel back and forth, whereby I'll be spending at least 2.5 hours in car when there's physical classes. So I think it is a waste of time, as I could have used that time to do more meaningful stuff instead of being stuck in the traffic and do nothing.
Coordinating our entire public transportation system could be one of the ways we can improve it and attract more commuters.
A coordination body that will be able to listen to what each and every PBTs want, and then integrate them into like a unified public transportation master plan for the entire Klang Valley. Yeah, in which like they can plan out where will the hub, where will the public transportation hubs will be located, and so on and so forth. That I believe that's one of the ways we can improve our public transportation in terms of planning our and coordinating our entire public transportation system, because currently it is completely segregated. Like the state government is doing their own thing, the local government is doing their own thing, the federal government doing their own thing, and everyone works in silos.
This has been TIS TV. I'm Paitra Raman. We'll see you folks next time.